Right then, part 2 of our cheap flight adventure to Sharm El Sheikh in Egypt. So then, now I go along to Naama Bay and along to Sharm El Sheikh's largest shopping centre. And despite it looking quite nice on the outside and despite the size, this shopping centre was not very good. It was quite run down. A lot of the shops were closed and the shops that were still open were all tat shops, which is quite disappointing because I thought there'd at least be one large Western style shopping centre in Sharm El Sheikh, but no, this is the only shopping centre large enough to be like a regular shopping centre and it just wasn't that good. So, going up the escalators to the shopping centre, all but one of the escalators are not working, and the shopping centre also has its own hotel resort. A shopping centre with a hotel resort is quite weird, but I guess hotel resorts are commonplace in Sharm El Sheikh, and the resort here was very nondescript, very forgettable. It's just the bare minimum needed to make your resort just pretty forgettable really, nothing special about its resort.
Swimming pool rules. This one's a bit odd.
So into the shopping centre.
So far I've not seen a single working escalator in this place. All the escalators have been off. Shopping mall.
And this bit on the outside of the shopping centre looks very nice. But despite this bit looking quite good, there's just nothing to really see in this shopping centre. There's no ordinary shops, there's all little tiny shops. And as for the one and only lift in the shopping centre, it wasn't working. It is an Asian generic style lift and it didn't work, which is disappointing.
An escalator at work for once.
And a lot of the shopping centres actually closed down for renovation at the moment, so it seems that the economy is really going bad in Sharm El Sheikh. So I now leave this shopping centre and go along to the next shopping centre. This is a smaller shopping centre and this one is abandoned. This shopping centre's got 2 travellators going down to it. This place looks in a right state. It's extremely run down.
This shopping centre's seen better days.
And it did actually have a glass lift, but sadly not working. The whole place is abandoned. And it was at this point I got spotted, because it seems that everyone in Egypt is constantly watching out all of the time, making it very hard to just go and explore places in Egypt, which is very annoying. So then, as I'm in Naama Bay, let's go along to the beach. And once again, the beach was obnoxious. It seems there's no concept of public beach in Egypt, as all of the areas along the beach are all owned by private hotels. Now the area of the beach where the tide actually comes in, that bit you can't really own, so I guess that bit is kind of public, but there's no public rights of way of getting to that area, so no matter what way you go, you have to go through some private land, and all of the security guards really watch out for people going across their land who are not staying at a hotel. It is bloody annoying. But anyway, I did manage to get down to the beach, and this is what the beach area looks like. Now there are lots of boat rides here, and it would be interesting to have gone on a boat ride, but I couldn't work out any ways of getting a boat ride done just as an ordinary member of the public, because it seems that if you're staying at a hotel you can have the hotel's boat ride, but Sharm El Sheikh didn't seem to have much facility for people outside of what your individual hotel offered you, making it very difficult to self-tour while in Sharm El Sheikh, and I just don't do tours, I always self-tour because I like doing my own thing. So then, in Egypt, there are loads of egrets. Now in England, an egret is a bird you can't get anywhere near. They stay a long, long way away from you. But in Egypt, you can get really close to the egrets.
That's tame. You don't really get close to an egret in England. Most different species though. I don't know what sort of egret it is, but it's a very tame one. Oh, we're having a fight.
And this beach also features a floating pier. And again, annoyingly, my GoPro did not record any audio, so I'm going to have to voice over this. So I walk up the pier, it's very wobbly, and here I am at the end of the pier. And you can't really see it that clearly, but it's actually a sewage pipe underneath the floating pier. I'm not quite sure, hopefully it's rainwater pipe rather than sewage pipe, but it's still a bit disconcerting. Let's go for a swim. Let's now take a look underneath the floating pier. And we can see a pipe which is hopefully not a sewage pipe. We can also see there's loads of fish. if we take a look under the water near the coast, there's thousands upon thousands of little fish swimming about. So then, let's now take a look at some of the resorts at Naama Bay. And disappointingly, most of the resorts were pretty crap. But rather than showing you a boring resort, let's take a look at the best resort there is in Naama Bay. This one was a lot better than the others because there is more theming to it, it's more distinctive looking, it has a nice feel to it. This resort features an interesting shaped swimming pool. It also has water jets. And it also features 8 swimming pools. That is a lot of pools. It also has this very posh looking bridge with glass walls. And it also features the water bar. Also in this resort, there's also a fake beach swimming pool where it's styled to look more like a beach. And there's also some side pools out of the way of the main swimming pools, and these side pools also feature a water bar. So let's have a closer look at a water bar. It features bar seats which are underwater, which you sit on when the bar itself goes below the water line. Surely the bar could easily be flooded by people splashing about in the pool. And also if you brought drinks from the bar, the risk of you dropping the drink in the water, especially if you're drunk, that'd contaminate the pool. I find this concept so weird. This resort also features a swimming pool where the water was not up to the water line, meaning that the skimmers were not working, making it very questionable whether or not this swimming pool is actually safe.
Okay, that shows it's not at level what it's doing at. I'm up here, I should be walking in water here but I'm not, and that's the skimmer. So it's nowhere near level up water.
And this resort also features a water park, which is a very nice thing to have in a resort. Let's start off with the blue twisting slide, which involves going on a rubber ring. And there's also this pyramid containing 3 slides, including a middle slide which is a very fast slide which I wasn't allowed to film because I'd had my hands behind my head for that one. On the right is the dark blue twisting water slide. And on the left is the pitch black water slide. And in the water park there's also these racing slides. And it also features the ISIS locker. So then I now leave the water park and now get on a crazy bus. The crazy bus system is very weird here. They're very regular with a bus every 50 seconds, but the weirdest thing is they're so small and the drivers often try and overcharge you. And I've done a separate video of these crazy buses, so I now go on this crazy bus along to Soho Square. Soho Square is the poshest part of Sharm El Sheikh with some very posh hotels, such as the Savoy Hotel and the Four Seasons Hotel. But despite how posh this area is, the central shopping centre square didn't seem that posh. This shopping centre contains 3 lifts. The first lift is a very cheap and nasty Otis Gen 2 lift. At least it is a glass lift.
Living's bad.
Let's take a look around the shopping centre. And this shopping centre is very small. And this atrium here is all there is to it. It's a tiny little shopping centre. Let's take a look at the second lift, which is also an Otis Gen 2. And now to the third lift. This really took me by surprise. I did not think I could afford one of these. It is a Mitsubishi!
No, I haven't afforded this. How could I? I've actually afforded one of these. I don't know how. Where did I get money from? That door's a bit slow. I don't know what H means. Going down. Bing! Sadly it's got no voice on this. I'm shocked I could afford this. Not expect a Mitsubishi. It's actually a full Mitsubishi. I know what these things are meant to look like, and that is a full one. So how do I identify your real Mitsubishi from your fake? You've got nice bit of metalwork and you've got chains. Chain is very high quality because it means the balance over your wheels is the same matter for loading of the cables as the cable goes up and down. And the chain's also got a rope through it as well to soften the chain so it doesn't make a clunky noise as it goes through. That is top quality, although you don't need chains on a lift that small to balance the weight of the cables when it's only going up one floor. That's completely unnecessary, but it shows it's good quality. That is top quality. I am shocked. Nothing else in this city is top quality. Nothing.
So then, it's now night time. Let's take a look at Soho Square at night.
Soho Square!
And now let's take a look at the Hilton Hotel. This hotel features 2 lifts. One of them is a very interesting Asian style lift which sadly wasn't working. The lift that was working was just a Schindler 3300. Let's explore this Hilton resort. And I think this resort here really shows why Sharm El Sheikh didn't really do it for me. As well as everything being based on people being ferried about with very little room for people to explore for themselves. And the fact that I was exploring for myself really made me feel like that the whole city wasn't designed for me and there was very little infrastructure for people exploring themselves. It's like the place wants people to just go to their set resort, stay in their set resort the whole time and just do excursions at a resort gives them. Which doesn't do it for me. And the reason why is this is a Hilton resort. So this is a medium posh resort and it's lacking. Like, to look at it, it looks posh. I'm not at any point criticising how it looks like around a pool because the pool looks great, all of the palm trees look great and it looks nice. But it's lacking compared to Lanzarote. The buildings are very small scale, like boring buildings which I have no interest in. The buildings are crap in these resorts. So all you got is palm trees and swinkles, and that's nice for a bit, but would I want to be sitting round there for an entire week? No, I wouldn't. I want to go off and explore doing my own thing. And I feel like Sharm El Sheikh just doesn't like people doing that. And this Hilton also features the dreaded water bar. These resorts are so similar to Point Air Forgettable. It's really odd. 16 miles of non-stop resorts and the resorts are huge. So if you're wanting purely the largest resort you can get, Sharm El Sheikh's the best place for you. Because if size is the only thing that matters, Sharm El Sheikh is amazing. But for everything else, it is lacking. Severely lacking. I'm not going to return to Sharm El Sheikh because it's just empty. 16 miles of resorts, which were all, to me, felt empty with nothing to do. And I'm saying it as someone that likes resorts. I really like resort style cities and they look really nice, but this city was just empty and everything felt so controlled and everyone was checking up on you the whole time. If you want to see brilliant resorts, go to Lanzarote because they're absolutely amazing over there. So then it's now time for me to go home. So along I go to the airport. As the crazy bus route does not serve the airport and the regular taxis are very overpriced, I did something and no one really does here. I walked to the airport. I don't think there's really anyone else here actually walks it. I've certainly got a lot of taxi drivers beeping me and asking me if I was wanting a taxi, and none of them could believe it when I said no, I'm happy to walk. The airport is the taxi scam of Sharm El Sheikh because they blatantly overcharge because there's no competition, there is no crazy bus to the airport.
Yeah, a very nice fountain, but no one's ever going to get to see this fountain. It's in the middle of a roundabout. I don't know why they put the money for a fountain that people are barely going to get to see. It all looks very nice, but no one's going to get to see it. Like, who comes into the middle of a roundabout? Any idea what this is?
And the most annoying thing about the airport is, to get on the airplane, there was 4 security checks. And these are full security checks. So entry into the airport area, you have to have a full bag search and sniffer dogs come. Then you go into the airport terminal. Then to actually get in the terminal, you have to go through all the X-ray machines, metal detectors and everything. You get into the terminal. They don't accept mobile boarding passes, so you have to go and print off your boarding pass, which luckily is free here, unlike most places that charge you to print off a boarding pass. Then you go through the proper security, where they take away all your water and shit, and they search you very thoroughly, as well as X-raying your bags. They also open up all the bags, check them all. Really annoying. Then you go to airside. Then, after waiting around at airside, before you can get on the airplane, you have to get searched for a 4th time! And that time, they actually open up everyone's bags and look for them. So I don't know why they even bothered X-raying the bags in the first place if they're going to manually check every bag. It took a very long time. But anyway, let's now take a look at airside area of the airport. This features a ThyssenKrupp lift with custom announcements.
VIP Lounge. Immigration Hall صالة الهجرة. Lounge استراحة رجال الأعمال. Restaurant المطعم. VIP Lounge.
And Sharm El Sheikh only has one Burger King, and that Burger King is located airside of the airport. I find it quite strange, of all places to have a Burger King, why only here? So then, that's the end of the video, and the question that you can answer in the comment section is, what beach resort place do you think is best? I personally find the Canary Islands like Lanzarote, Tenerife. Alternatively, you could say maybe Benidorm, very nice, lots of tall towers, or possibly Costa Brava, or maybe a beach resorts of Cyprus, maybe Tunisia, or is it Sharm El Sheikh? Leave a comment in the comment section.
Good, I'll do that.